First of all, the first question, and it is about zoning. The question is, our neighbourhoods have recently had new homes built or additions made to existing homes that, although they satisfy the current zoning laws, they really negatively impact the quality of life to surrounding neighbours. So, what would you do to give surrounding neighbours more voice when these projects are proposed? Rebecca, take that.
One of the things that's changed in the last 3 years is that the person who wants to make the addition has to send written notice to a surrounding area around where the development is going to take place. The question is that enough? And I think, I noticed it when I got a notice from my neighbor on the other side of me. I'm on Castro between 19th and 20th, and it was going to happen on Collingwood. My direction is really bad, sorry. It was on Collingwood, and I think that that's very important. And I think the other thing that's very important is if there is a monster home, and these are the things that I have done working for Bevan and working for Willie Brown, having neighborhood meetings to discuss the impact, the view, the lighting, all the things that might be able to make it work that much better. I was just involved in a project on Lloyd Street where the development was going to be too large for the neighborhood, and we were able to not have that go through.
Lovely. Bill?
So, I know I have only 30 seconds to respond, but so my first and foremost, if it's a monster home, let's talk about it. But if you're doing a valuable home improvement project that's going to increase the value of the homes around you and the neighborhood as a whole, I would be in full support of it. If it's not going to, if it's not obstructing your view, and there's a lot of other things that go involved in that, we'd have to take case by case. But generally, I'd be in support of improving any neighborhood, encouraging people to upkeep their homes.
Okay, Rafael.
Well, in my time on the Board of Appeals, this is sort of exactly the kind of question that we had to deal with. And my philosophy about these kinds of questions is that in a controversy between someone who's trying to make a change to the neighborhood and an existing group of neighbors that have sort of a theory of what their neighborhood is supposed to be like, ideally expressed through some local use district or some other way, that there really should be a bias in favor of the people who have been there longer. If the rules are wrong, if the rules don't reflect what that neighborhood wants, we do need to change those rules.
Okay, Scott.
So I'm a big believer in having clear rules so that when a property owner comes in, when neighbors come in, people know what the ground rules are ahead of time, so you have minimize the confusion. When you do have disputes, it's important to have a very early process and early conversations between the developer and the neighbors so that you can iron out as many things as possible. And we need to make sure that development is consistent with the community, but also allows people to do what they need to do for their families.
Okay, thank you. Next question concerns the